The war on drugs in the United States has been a defining and controversial chapter in modern American history. It began in earnest during the early 1970s under President Richard Nixon, who famously declared drug abuse as public enemy number one. This period marked the onset of aggressive policies aimed at eradicating illegal drug use and its related activities through strict law enforcement rather than rehabilitation and education. In 1986, the Anti-Drug Abuse Act was passed, marking a seminal moment in the war on drugs. This legislation introduced mandatory minimum sentences for drug offenses, a move that fundamentally reshaped the American criminal justice system. These policies were further intensified under Ronald Reagan's administration, which prioritized the harsh penalization of drug-related crimes, leading to prolonged incarceration for many, particularly for possession and distribution of crack cocaine. The repercussions of these policies have been profound. Drug-related incarcerations skyrocketed, leading to the United States housing one of the largest prison populations in the world. Importantly, this surge disproportionately affected marginalized communities, particularly African Americans and Latinos. Statistics have consistently shown that these communities face stiffer penalties and longer sentences compared to their white counterparts, despite similar rates of drug usage across racial groups. Critics argue that the focus on criminalization over rehabilitation has led to a cycle of poverty, crime, and incarceration. Many individuals, after serving lengthy sentences, re-enter society with limited prospects and resources, often leading them back into drug-related activities. This cycle perpetuates the systemic issues within these communities, exacerbating socioeconomic disparities and hindering long-term solutions to drug abuse and trafficking. Despite its controversial nature, the war on drugs has not been without its successes. Proponents point to the decrease in certain types of drug use and the dismantling of significant drug trafficking operations as evidence of its effectiveness. Moreover, the heightened attention on drug-related issues has led to the development of more comprehensive drug education and prevention programs in schools and communities across the country. Yet, the criticisms remain loud and pervasive. Many experts, including former law enforcement officers and policymakers, advocate for a shift from punitive measures to more rehabilitative and preventative approaches. They argue for a model that treats drug addiction as a public health issue, emphasizing treatment and support rather than punishment. In recent years, there has been a gradual shift in stance on drug policies. States across the nation have begun to decriminalize marijuana, reflecting a change in public perception towards drug use. Furthermore, programs focused on harm reduction, such as needle exchange and supervised injection sites, have gained traction as viable alternatives to incarceration. Interviews with individuals directly affected by the war on drugs highlight the human cost of these policies. Families torn apart, communities destabilized, and lives forever altered. Despite these personal stories, there is a growing consensus on the need to address the root causes of drug addiction and trafficking, rather than solely focusing on its symptoms. In concluding, the war on drugs in America is a complex tapestry of policies, outcomes, and societal shifts. It serves as a cautionary tale of the unintended consequences of broad-stroke legislation and the importance of balancing enforcement with compassion and understanding. As the nation continues to grapple with these issues, the lessons learned from the past decades will undoubtedly shape the future direction of drug policy in America. By promoting informed dialogue and exploring innovative solutions, America can hope to address the multifaceted challenges posed by drug abuse and trafficking, fostering a society that prioritizes health, equity, and justice for all its citizens.